Oh, hello and welcome to What We Talking About with Jamie Jakes. I am him. I am sitting here next to, virtually, much gigantic compared to my size, the way we have this set up today, NFL insider, the holder of the regular season hammer of truth and justice, NFL insider James. How you doing today, buddy?
Fantastic. It's more playoff football. I'm excited. I'm ready. A little disappointed I'm not doing another solo show. I liked it so much.
I did enjoy your solo show last week. I am back from paternity leave. I did give you the winners while I was off camera, off microphone. Like I promised, you're welcome for that. We're here to give you some winners for the divisional round of the playoffs. We're going to have a pick on every single game between James and I, and we will see who is the best postseason gambling champion of the world between you and I, because everybody knows you and I are the two best sports gamblers when it comes to the NFL in the world. And you can check our record on that. Speaking of checking our record, before we get to those live picks, James had a winning week last week.
All this money on me make me want to poop.
And I had a winning week last week.
All this money on me make me want to poop.
And I had more units won than James. So thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. I would like to recap every single one of these games for you. So why don't I do that right now? Let me pull it up and let me show you our brilliance from last week.
Well, you can see the haircut plus 10.5. I have taken the Packers spread. Did somebody say the spread? Yep, I said the spread.
Only losing
-1. And Jamie has also taken the Packers spread at -1. I have taken the Jags at +1.5. Meanwhile, Jamie had taken the Bills at +1.5, and he did reference that this is available at Bet River. I took the 49ers at +185. That was right, a shocking plus money line bet for me, Insider James.
Good bet, 185.
On the other end, what does he have? He's got the 49ers at +5.5. Jamie Jakes
still a winner, 3-1.
At -3.5. I have actually gone with the team total. I've gone with the under of 46.5. So I'm taking the Steelers team total at under 18.5. Jamie has confidence in the Texans to nail some points, so he's going to have the Texans at -3.
How do you like that, James?
Wow.
Pretty good, right?
You've really stepped up the game. We're showing reels, and you have a soundboard now.
Bro, speaking of which, you know what time it is? It's time to hop all aboard to the money train. Here we go to our divisional round. We're going to pick every single game. We're going to see who's the best sports gambler after these weeks in the postseason. I've already won the preseason, so that's good news for me. Patting myself on the back for that. Back-to-back preseason podcast champions since we've been doing this for the last 2 years, James. Feeling pretty good about myself. First game on the slate, it's Saturday, early afternoon. It's the Bills at the Broncos in Denver at Mile High. The Broncos are favored by 1 or 1.5 points. Make sure you shop those lines. The over-under set to 45 or 46.5 points. Cold weather game. Perfect in terms of precipitation. No precipitation. No big gusts of winds expected in this one. James, what do you got on Bills and Broncos?
Yeah, I took a deep look on this one and really just came down to one thing. Who's got the better defense? And that's Broncos by a mile. I think they can absolutely shut down this Bills defense. So I'm taking the Broncos at -1.
Taking the Broncos at -1, siding with Bo Nix. And I have to say, this is our first disagreement today because I am riding with those Buffalo Bills, and I'm going to take the Bills at +1.5 points. And because why am I doing that? Because I'm betting on Josh Allen and the boys to get this done against a young quarterback. Good defense. I got to hand it to them, but I think matchup-wise, the Bills are going to be much better in this one, and they need it more. They need to start winning some meaningful playoff games with Josh Allen in this football team on this football run. Of course, the Broncos defense is good, but the Josh Allen factor will trump that, especially if they get down a few points. They're going to fight and claw their way back because they got Josh Allen with 4 downs to get a first down, and that is a good thing to bet on. So I'm going to take the Bills, and I'm going to take them at +1.5 points, James.
Wow. Good thing I have some insider info the Denver Broncos are going to be playing a lot of scenes from Sinners to try and distract Mr. Josh Allen.
Is that reference to his girlfriend wife?
His pregnant wife, Haley Steinfeld, who has some very, very interesting scenes in Sinners with Michael B. Jordan. So,
what timestamp you got on those, James?
Let's see, 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 42 seconds.
All right, moving on. As I already played the moving on gong to our next game, the 49ers at the Seahawks. Seahawks are massive favorites at home here with the 11th man, 7 points to be exact. Over-unders at the 44.5 or 45 points. Another cold, perfect weather game. Sam Darnold on the injury report with an oblique. What do you got on this one, James?
Well, I don't think anything is looking bleak for the Seahawks. I think they're going to look great. I think the Niners are going to look great on offense, but I think they're going to look really bad on defense. So I'm taking the over in this game at over 44.5. I think both these teams are going to put up a lot of points, and we're going to have a fun, high-scoring affair in Seattle.
Interesting bet out of you, James. Seahawks being one of the best defenses in the league this year, but you're counting on George Kittle and the boys to get things done for the San Francisco 49ers and Sam Darnold to play a good game. I disagree with you again on this one. I do not think these Seattle Seahawks are worthy of a 7-point favorite, even if it is at home, even if you got the 12th man cheering loud for you. We've got playoff Sam Darnold entering the chat, and I don't know how you could possibly manufacture any sort of bet that bets on playoff Sam Darnold, unless you're going to tell me like, well, I'll throw 3 pick sixes and that'll get me the over right there for you. To that, I would say if he's going to throw 3 pick sixes, it's definitely going to happen, let alone the over, is the 49ers are going to cover 7 points. So I'm going to take the 49ers to cover 7 points. They're a good football team, the 49ers. They're there for a reason. They were 5.5-point underdogs last week. And guess what? They're playing this week. So what does that tell you? It tells you sports books aren't giving enough credit to this 49ers team. So give me the 49ers to cover 7 points in this one on the road against the Seattle Seahawks. James.
You think they'll be all charged up for the power play?
I don't know what you said. I played the gong. We're moving on. You know what that means. You can't look back once we play the gong. You know the rules, James. To Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time here in Dallas, Texas, where we are recording virtually separate of each other, but in the same city. Texans at the Patriots. Foxborough will have a home field advantage of 3 or 3.5 points. The over-unders at the 40.5 or 41, depending on where you get those lines. Make sure you shop those lines. Get your best number available. Small chance of, sleet. In this one, we could have some sleet. Small chance of that. No chance of big, breezy wins. What do you got on this one, James? Texans, Patriots.
I think this one's a pretty easy pick. The Texans offense, once again, looked horrible. Texans defense looks good, but they're not, last week, not really facing a same level of caliber as what this Patriots offense is. I think these Patriots can absolutely roll through these Texans, and I've got them at -3.
Got the Patriots at -3, does James, and I am going to disagree with you again. 2 direct disagreements, 1 slant disagreement / agreement so far. Why am I taking the Texans? Because when it comes to units in the NFL, the Texans D is the best unit they got in the league. I love the Patriots. All right. I love Drake May. But 3.5 points is too many points for a young, up-and-coming team to cover in the playoffs. So I'm going to bet on that big D over there in Big H, the best unit in the league, like I already said, and take the Texans, and I'm going to take them at +3.5.
Wow.
Moving on to our final game on our slate. It's Sunday night. The Rams are going over to Chicago and playing the Chicago Bears. The Bears are 3.5 or 4-point underdogs at home, depending on where you shop those lines from. Over-unders at the 48 or 48.5, depending on where you shop those lines up from. Get those best lines that you can. Small chance of snow, going to be a cold one. Not much in terms of wind, which of course we worry about more in these games than any sort of precipitation, whether it is frozen, sleet, or rain in liquid form. James, what do you got on the Rams and the Bears?
This one, I think, is going to be a very obvious one. I don't think the Bears can run up the score. I don't think the Rams are going to have much of an issue being ahead. Do I think they'll be ahead by 4 to 4.5? Not sure. I think they could definitely have covered 3, but I do know that this Rams team is going to be ahead. They're going to run the ball. They're going to control the time of possession, and that tells you one thing only. It's going to be an under game. I'm taking under 48.5. You're listening at home. Wait till right before kickoff on Sunday night, because I guarantee you this line is going to be 49.5 by then.
Yep, get it at 49 or 49.5. Wait on that one, and then strike when it's time to strike. You are, of course, betting against Ben Johnson. You're, of course, betting against Caleb Williams, unless, again, you're betting for Caleb Williams to throw some pick sixes, which he might. I don't know. I am not going to agree with you on this one, James. I think the Bears stink. I think the Packers stink. I think the Rams, who, by the way, obviously the Packers lost to the Bears last week, so not a good quality playoff win is why I said that. I think the Rams are the best team in the NFL. I think the Rams are going to play the Texans in the Super Bowl this year. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Okay. So what does that tell you on this one? I really, really believe in the Rams. I believe in Matty Stafford. Oh, but Matty Stafford, he's flying from LA. He's going to play in the cold. Where did he play, James, for like most of my entire lifetime?
Detroit, a stadium that's indoors?
Yeah, but what division were they in, James?
They were in the North.
NFC North, where the Bears and the Packers play. Yeah, I think. And by the way, in Philadelphia, when it was like the worst weather game that Matty Stafford ever played, and he threw for like 350 yards, 3 touchdowns or whatever.
Cool.
All right. Matty Stafford can play in the cold. What part of the anatomy do we most worry about when we have weather games, James, when it comes to quarterback play?
I'm more worried if I can see his veneers or not, but his hand size would probably fit into this.
Matty Stafford, 10-inch hands. All right. If you had any more doubts after my rant. So give me the Rams to take their belt off and beat the piss out of these Chicago Bears in their own stadium at Soldier Field, which won't even be there in like 3 years. All right. I'm going to take the Rams at minus 3.5 points, which means we geometrically oppose each other on 2 of these bets. We slant agreed. I believe like our best agreement that we had.
Rams.
Out of all, no.
Yeah.
Wait, you want the Rams at minus 3.5 best bet of the week?
Yeah.
Deal. Sold. Fuck the Bears. Go Matty Stafford. Go win another Super Bowl and solidify that the Rams won the trade between the Lions and the Rams for the rest of NFL history.
Wow.
Didn't really pay off for the Lions, did it? But it was a fun time having golf or whatever. James, our best bet of the week was our only bet that we got wrong, the 2 of us, last week, breaking a massive best bet of the week streak. We were slow to start the year on the best bet of the week, and then we got red hot. We went like 8 of 10 in the last 10 weeks in the regular season for our best bet of the week. So hopefully we get back off the schneid. A tough loss. I was counting the best bet of the week in the first half there, James, with the Bears.
I turned it off until that Facebook message group went off.
Yeah, and then the Packers just decided not to run an offense for the second half. So that's what you're getting. You bet on Matt LaFleur, though. He stinks. Anyways, James, I'm happy to be back. This was fun. This was only 15-minute episode between the 2 of us. So maybe we're just faster in the postseason, James.
Only 4 games. 2 games next week. 1 game 3-4 weeks from now.
Yeah, but we're gonna have probably 15, 25. Yeah, the
Probapalooza, which was our unwatched episode last year.
Mm-hmm. The NFL Insider, James, Propapalooza, where James just rapid fires me props, and I either agree with them or disagree with them. And then we see who wins at the end of the day. So please subscribe.
Gatorade last year. We had insider info on the Gatorade, and you people missed out on it.
We did have insider information on the Gatorade. That was an easy peasy lemon squeezy bet out of you, James. So congratulations to you and congratulations to your sources. People think we're joking that you're an NFL insider. You actually are. You just have a much more lucrative job elsewhere where you don't have to be up all night trying to get
all my
tweet
inside
out.
Connections are equipment managers and people who wouldn't tell me what agents are doing. That's probably the main issue.
Well, there you go, James. Thanks for joining us. Please subscribe to the channel. See you next week.